Angry guy here, and homeless women are using the church to scam men. Homeless women are using the church to scam men. Guys, it's pretty crazy when you look at the reality of things. These women, they're something else. I've shown you some articles, and these articles are pretty intriguing as they illustrate how these women are going broke and they are desperate now to reclaim power and privilege that they are losing. They made their decision. They said, I don't need no man. I'm Miss Independent. But now they're trying to shame men back to the plantation. They're trying to say that men who are walking away are a threat. You have the Tradcons right now. I'm going to probably do a separate video about that, a live stream for you guys, where I delve into that with NK Fitness. But the Tradcons right now are also going ballistic. They're going after the red community, the R pill community, because they're saying that this community is divisive. They borderline want to say that this community will drive men away from God. These people are thieves, they are crooks, and they are liars, and they work hand in hand with women. These women right now, feminists, are actually going ballistic and furious that men are walking away from traditionalism. Traditional men are what hold together society. Women in society, modern women, want to be untraditional women, but they want traditional men. They want men to provide for them, protect them, take care of them, give them all the benefits of a relationship and a stable society, but they don't want any responsibility. They want to do whatever they want. They want to live however they choose to live. If they have a marriage, that marriage needs to be one where they can live in complete and utter luxury. This is an extreme level of delusion. But the reason why they live in this level of delusion is because of the Sims. They get to go out, they hang out with celebrities, they have experiences that they should never have experienced. Having very expensive wine, staying in hotels that cost $20,000 or $30,000 a night, being flown out to places like Dubai and Europe, first class or in private jets. They do things that men would never imagine, men could never experience, and then they go and they look for a boring guy, and they decide that they're going to leverage the only thing that they have left, okay, which is the vertical slide, and they're going to try to use that to land themselves this man that has spent his life working so hard to build himself into something, into a man of value, and then say that this guy needs to hand his money over to them. Do you guys remember that hashtag a couple of years ago? It was more than a couple of years ago, but it was hashtag give your money to women. Do you remember the other hashtag? Hashtag delete all men. And you can replace the word delete with something else. There was actually a hashtag delete all men. Do you remember the other hashtag? Hashtag yes all women. Come on, guys. The level of bizarro that these people have gone on with. And now they're saying that men walking away, choosing not to have relationships, are a danger to women in society. It puts women at risk. It creates an imbalance in society. It could lead to the loss of rights for women. And I don't understand this concept for them. They wanted men to go away. They said, go away. But what it is that they know that the men are not there to defend them anymore. All right. The men are not going to pay their bills. They're losing access to the tax revenue. Their marriage is completely off the table for most of them. For many of them today, roughly half of all women will be childless and single. Young women will be childless and single come 2030. Women between the ages of 25 and 44. Okay, this is absolutely unprecedented, but it's modern day women that have created this nightmare. I've said it already. I made a poll about this. This is not a battle of the sexes, it's a war. It is a war, and women were sure they were going to win because they are big, they're powerful, they don't need no man except when it comes to paying the bill, taking care of the check. And of course, as they're watching their lives get harder and their power slipping away because The biggest power that men have, the real power that men have, is walking away and indifference. And women, they believe that by screeching at men, hollering at men, shaming men, downright using very threatening language, this is how they're going to get men to come back, because that's all they've ever known. And that's also how they're going to prevent men from leaving and joining the passport kings. And of course, these women are turning to the church, and they're using the church to scam men and to extract wealth and resources from men, as they've always done, because the church is not a place of God. It is a place of control. It is a group of controlling, thieving people that want to prey upon men. You have to wake up and you have to realize, I said this once and I'll say it again, nothing lasts forever, and it's going to be a very cold winter. 10 years from now, people are going to literally say, over the next 10 to 20 years, people are going to say, how did women fall into the absolute state that they are in right now? Because women in Western society are going to be in extraordinary states of destitution in Western society. And society is going to ask, how did this happen? And the answer, of course, will in truth be feminism and the choices that women made. But of course, they're not going to do that. They're going to continue blaming the men. They're going to say that it's the fault of men because men allowed this to happen. And it was an action by men that they deliberately did because it's about control and doing as much bad things to women, because this was a passive aggressive act. This is what these women are saying. They're saying that men are taking this action, walking away, not marrying, not having children, not dating. This is a passive aggressive act. This is a deliberate act to to take away the freedoms of women, to take away the advancements of women. They're complaining about things like not specifically just healthcare, but education. They're saying that higher education is getting more and more expensive, and this is a result of men walking away from society, and women are being punished. Come on, y'all. Women can never take responsibility for everything. They said, men, don't speak to us, or don't speak to women that you don't know, avoid them, do not come anywhere else. If we're walking down the street, if a woman's walking down the street and you're coming the other direction, cross the street, because of how things are. And so men are staying away. They're not going out anymore. They're basically staying at home, playing video games, sleeping, and only doing enough work so that they can have money in the bank and provide for themselves, because men don't need a lot to survive. Men are disengaging. But women, on the other hand, they're seeing this and they don't know how to catch a man with honey. All they know how to do is catch a man with scorn. So go after men with scorn, and they think they're going to shame men back to the plantation. That's not going to work. That's not going to go work. They think that they're going to use bachelor taxes to go after men. That's not going to work either, because all men will do will just make less money. Oh, you're going to tax me at this rate. So if I make $200,000, you're going to tax me until I'm down to what, 75,000 when all is said and done? Okay, that's cool. Then I'm just going to make less money. I'm going to pull back my hours. I'm going to do a job. I'm going to work part-time, or I'm going to do a job where it's less stressful and I'll make just enough to survive. So I'm going to pull that back to $50,000. Okay. And as a result, I get to keep most of that after taxes, put that in the bank, and live an easy and comfortable life. And the more women try to take, the more men will just pull back, and the more men will just downgrade their lifestyles. But the thing is that, like I said, men don't need a lot to survive. There are a lot of dudes who will head out to the woods. They'll grab themselves a Starling and they will go out to the woods and they will chill in the woods, and that's it. And women cannot comprehend this. And they'll say, oh, they'll freak out. Oh, if you would just be good, decent guys, you wouldn't have to be doing this. And of course, they're going to be in a little shock, because when it comes to the woods, that's a rough place right there. A lot of women, they'll try to follow men everywhere, and there are those who might try to look for them in the woods. It's hard to find a man in the woods, and I don't recommend it. The woods is scary, man. A lot of men are living in the woods right now who didn't learn their lesson and messed around with marriage multiple times, and now they're living in the woods. Woods are a hard place, bro. Hard place. And a lot of y'all don't even have those kind of survival skills that you should have been learning when you were growing up. But don't worry, because when you hit rock bottom, you're going to have to learn them. You'll have to learn them. You know, it's absolutely insane how Western society has conditioned men to believe that they have to give their money, give their value to women, or else they're going to be destroyed. They get the heck out of here. Get out of here. This is what women are trying to do, and it's not going to work. They think that by spreading vitriol, they're going to get what they want when the men are actually leaving. They think that that's going to bring the men back. They think that bachelor taxes are going to bring the men back. They think travel bans are going to bring the men back. That's only going to push them further away. And then just blaming and blaming and blaming. It's getting deafening at this point. Listening to these women is getting deafening. No one in their right mind would ever say only the cucks, only the simps are backing this type of stuff. No man in their right mind with even an ounce of integrity would back up any of the nonsense these crazy people are saying. Guys, I want to know your thoughts regarding this. Homeless women are using the church to scam men. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.